Okay, what's up guys? I know it's been a while, but I'm back and I want to show you the Shopify Search and Discovery app. This is an app that was released by Shopify just over a month ago, somewhere late September, early October 2022. And it's unusual because it actually takes over some of the core functionality of the Shopify admin. You now have to edit your filters through this app. And that's why the app will have been automatically installed to your store if you had filters set up. You might not have noticed, but check your store and you'll notice that you already have this app. Okay, so filters is one thing that this app does. The next is the search. This is the store search, when someone searches for an item, and it gives you a little bit more control over what shows up in search. And then the third main feature of this app is that you can control your product recommendations. And this is actually the feature that I'm most excited about. The product recommendations shows up in two places. The first thing is that they allow you to link complementary products to a main product, right? So you can see here, I've added this block, and then we have products that are in the same color. So for example, this cap, and a customer can add that to cart directly from this page without leaving the page. And you can even add lots of products, I think up to 10 products. And then the second part of the product recommendations feature of the app is that you can control what products show up in this section here. This isn't a new section. This is just the product recommendations section that we've had for a long time, but it was always automatic. It was always supposed to be smart and select products that your customers have been looking at before, but it wasn't that great really. Well, now using this app, you can set up specific recommended products. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a little tutorial on each one of these features, getting into the details a bit more. So let's get started with the filters feature. If you're on Shopify 2.0, that is, if you're using a Shopify 2.0 theme, then you're probably using filters that look something like this. If you're still using an older Shopify 1.0 theme, or what's called a vintage Shopify theme, then you're probably using tag-based filters still, which are set up through the theme editor. But ever since Shopify 2.0 in like mid 2021, themes have been coming out where you use these filters. And I've actually already made a very in-depth video about filters in Shopify 2.0. Put the link to that somewhere in this video on the screen and also in the description. And that video is still correct. It's still relevant. Almost nothing has changed. It's simply that the filters are now inside of the app instead of going through online store navigation. Yeah, see here you can't edit them. You have to go into the app in order to edit the filters. Click on edit filters, and you still have these three categories of filters. The first that I like to call product attributes. That's simply things like the availability, the price, the product type. One new thing that you might notice here is that we have this option for tag filtering. And this was actually removed when Shopify 2.0 came out, and a lot of people were unhappy that you could not do tag filtering with Shopify 2.0. So now tag filtering is back and you can enable it like this. So that's pretty cool. Depending on your theme, those tag filters might display differently, but in Dawn, it's very basic. It's just going to say more filters, and then here are all your tags, right? So depending on your theme, it might let you split these up into tag groups, but we'll have to wait and see what the different themes will come up with, because this search and discovery app has just been released. And now theme developers are going to be updating their themes to suit this new ability, right? Everything else is pretty much the same. You have filters by product options like color and size, your variants that is. If you don't have variants like color and size on any of your products, then you won't see these options. And then you have your meta field filters as well, which you can use to set up completely custom filters. I highly recommend watching that other video of mine if you want to learn how to use meta fields to set up filters. I'm not going to go over all of that again in this video because that will be way too long. Okay, so that's how you edit filters using the search and discovery app. Let's move on to the search function. The search function in Shopify themes has been kind of mediocre for a long time. It's sometimes easier to search Google and include your store name to find a certain product rather than using the built-in search in your store. Luckily, that's kind of been improved a bit with this search and discovery app. So the first thing that we can actually do now is create synonyms for your products. So what do synonyms mean? It means that some products may be called by different names. Let's take these leggings, for example. If I search for the word tights instead of leggings, because maybe I'm from a country where they're called tights instead of leggings, maybe I'm from a country where they're called yoga pants, right? And it just won't find anything because my product is called leggings. That means your customer will think, oh, they don't sell that, and they might leave your store. So now, thanks to the search and discovery app, what I can do is add synonyms. So I'm going to go into synonyms, create a synonym group, and I'm going to type leggings, add an alternative word, or a synonym, tights, and yoga pants. So I've added a few synonyms that people can use to search for the same thing. This synonym group title, it'll automatically get populated, but this is just for you. This is just for you to see it in this app. It doesn't matter what you name it here. So just go ahead and save. And now we have this synonym group. Now, if I go back to my store, I'll just refresh. And as you can see, that already worked. Now, if I type tights, once again, it's finding anything that's called leggings, tights, or yoga pants. Because of the word pants in yoga pants, it's probably also picking up pants and maybe also these shorts because they have the word pants in the description or something like that. But as you can see, that's a lot better. Now when a customer comes and searches for tights, you can actually see stuff coming up, right? Another good example is if you're selling t-shirts, people might be searching for various different versions of that word. So that's synonyms of the search feature in the search and discovery app. Now I want to talk about product boosts. What this does is basically just promotes certain products to the top of the search results page. So let's say that when someone searches tights or leggings, let's say if someone searches leggings, I don't want this leggings size chart page to come up first. I don't want these kids leggings coming up. My top selling products are these leggings here, for example. So I'm going to create a product boost and I'm going to search for these products, both of these leggings here. And for the search term leggings, I'm going to add this boost. Now, this doesn't combine with the thing that we did earlier with synonyms. So if you want it to be boosted for the search term tights as well, then you would add that as well. We're going to save. And now these two products should appear at the top of those search results that I showed you earlier. There is a slight delay whenever you make changes using this app, so you should probably wait a minute. So there we go. I just waited a couple of minutes and then I refreshed the page. And now when I search for leggings, we see these two boosted products as the first products on the page. And that's kind of all there is to product boosts. Finally, let's talk about the feature that I like most of all, which is the product recommendations. As I mentioned in the introduction of this video, and I showed you briefly, there are two places where you can recommend products on your product page. The first place is this little block here to the right of the product images, and you add it as a block. That's important because your theme has to have this block. Okay, I'll get back to that. The second place is when you scroll further down, it's this you may also like. Okay, and your theme probably definitely has this. Pretty much all Shopify themes have a product recommendations section at the bottom of the product page. It's always been a dynamic recommendation, right? So it's supposed to be smart. It's supposed to show products that your customers want to see based on their shopping behavior. That's not always the case though. Sometimes it has pretty stupid recommendations, especially if you sell a large variety of products. So now using the search and discovery app, we can control exactly what products show up here. Okay, so now here we are inside of the app. So the first thing you're going to do is click the add recommendations button. and select the product that you'd like to add recommendations to. This is the main product to which you want to add secondary products. So I'm going to just search for those leggings, which are my main product. Okay, and then immediately here we see those two places where you can add your recommended products. This is the complementary products block that goes inside the product info section here. And then this, the add related products, this is the product recommendations section that goes at the bottom of the page. And you'll notice that as soon as we added our main product here, we can see those auto-generated related products down here. And there's that memory card, for example. Here's a microphone. You know, I don't want all of these. I want to replace these with products that I've decided are going to be a good fit. So here we can do that really easily. We just search for our products. So for example, I want these leggings, and then I want everything from that Whitney collection, right? Because we're talking about sportswear here. And so as soon as we've done that and we save, well, let's just check our product recommendations section on the product page, and we'll see that now that's a lot better, isn't it? That's a lot more relevant. Okay, so let's do the next part, which is the complementary products. So here it's the same process. It's very easy. I'm simply going to search for everything in that Whitney collection, and I'm going to get the baseball cap, the tank, not the same leggings as the main product, of course, like so. So these are complementary products, and I'm going to save. And then once I've added them here, what I want to do is go into the theme, and this block won't be here. And what I would do is go add block and add the complementary products block, and that's it. That should automatically pull in the products from the app. Okay, there's nothing that you need to link dynamically here. There's no meta field that you need to use. I really like the settings here in Dawn. We can show this as a collapsible, so that's nice. We can change the heading. We can call it frequently bought with. We can change the position to be one of the first drop downs. We can change it to show only 2 products, so it's not as long. So it's 2 slides with 2 products. And we can enable quick add buttons. I think this is really nice. This adds to cart right away. And this brings up a pop-up where you can choose the size, right? So the reason this is add to cart is because it doesn't have sizes, because it's a cap, and this has sizes. So it's going to bring up a pop-up where you can choose the size and quick add to cart. Now there's something you need to understand about this complementary products block. It is not generated somehow by the app. In fact, it is not really connected to the app at all, except for the fact that it gets the data from the app. But actually this block is simply a part of the latest Dawn theme that I'm using, Dawn 7.0.1. So if you're on an older theme, then chances are you don't have this complementary products block yet, and you won't be able to set this up. What you need to do first is update your theme to the latest version. If you're using Dawn, of course, just update to Dawn 7. If you're using any of the other free Shopify 2.0 themes like Taste, Refresh, Crave, Sense, all of these themes by Shopify, they're pretty much the same theme as Dawn, so they will have the same complementary products block in the latest version. But if you're using a totally different theme, if you're using a theme that you bought, then I would say you actually need to wait a bit for the theme developers to come out with an update that includes a complementary products block. If you have no plans to update your theme, then unfortunately this feature just isn't for you. There's no way that you'll be able to make this search and discovery app work. If that's the case, if you don't want to update your theme, then I recommend watching my other video called How to Add a Related Products Block. And this is a solution that I built myself. I actually built a couple of solutions as well that I'm selling on Gumroad. These let you add a block or a section to your store where you can control the products that are recommended. So Shopify, by releasing this search and discovery app, they're kind of killing my digital product. But anyway, I hope that makes sense about themes. Simply update to the latest version or watch my tutorial here. So that's how the complementary products block works. One last thing that I want to mention is that it's kind of interesting that Shopify has this logic that this should be a complementary product, as in a product that could be bought in addition to these leggings. I would say that you don't have to use it for complementary products. If you wanted to, you could use it for alternative products. You know, so if you have different colors, for example, this is a really common situation. This is an old client of mine, and I set up this little section where it was showing alternative colors, because rather than having colors as an product option, all under the same product as variants, they've decided to split all their colors into separate products. And if you're doing that, then you can definitely just have your different colors of the same product in here. So it could be alternative products, but in that case I recommend not using the quick add button, and you could make the title something like other colors, for example. So I think that would work pretty well. So guys, that's it. That's all I have to say about the Shopify search and discovery app. It's pretty simple actually. There isn't that much to it. It's free, so if it's not already automatically installed on your store, just get it. Last thing I want to tell you is that I redid my website finally, completely redesigned it, and it's now much easier to find my tutorials, various articles. I started blogging a bit more, and I've also got a newsletter, so highly recommend signing up to the newsletter. It's just a monthly wrap up, so at the end of each month I just send you some Shopify news, you know, new features that have launched, and also my latest videos, things like that. So subscribe here so that you don't miss out on anything, because YouTube isn't always going to recommend my stuff to you unless you've been watching it really recently. So that's all. Good luck, and I'll see you next time.